Have you noticed that as we grow older, we're no longer as afraid of aches and pains as we are of something else? The fear of forgetting ourselves, forgetting things that once felt so familiar? If you're watching this video, chances are you're over 60. You may still be healthy, still independent, still driving, grocery shopping, taking care of your family. But in quiet, ordinary moments, you might forget the name of an old acquaintance, forget where you just placed your keys, or forget why you walked into a room. This doesn't make us panic, but it does slow us down, and sometimes make us quieter. Today, I want to share something very simple with you. No medication, no complicated equipment, just the way you breathe while swimming. Something that can help your brain receive more oxygen and gently preserve your memory in a natural way. Before we continue, leave a comment and let me know. How old are you this year, and have you noticed your memory changing over time? Why does the brain need more oxygen after age 60? When we're young, the brain works almost effortlessly. We remember phone numbers, appointments, tiny details, without even trying. But over time, everything slows down. Not because you're less intelligent, not because you're old now, so that's just how it is. It's because the brain, like every other organ, needs proper nourishment. Neuroscience research shows that although the brain makes up only about 2% of body weight, it consumes more than 20% of the oxygen we breathe each day. In other words, the brain is the most oxygen-hungry organ in the body. After age 60, our circulatory system isn't as agile as it once was. Blood vessels become less elastic. Blood flow to the brain may decrease slightly, but persistently. And when the brain doesn't receive enough oxygen, it doesn't stop working. It simply works more slowly. You may notice this through familiar signs. Feeling tired after long periods of concentration. Difficulty remembering long passages when reading. Needing more time to recall old memories. This isn't a disease, it's a signal that the brain needs care. And better breathing. Why is swimming a golden exercise for the aging brain? There are many ways to stay active after 60. Walking, slow cycling, yoga, all of them are beneficial. But swimming has one unique quality that few other activities offer. When you swim, you can't breathe carelessly. You can't breathe rapidly. You can't breathe shallowly. You can't breathe while tense. The water forces you to regulate your breathing. And that is exactly what gives swimming its profound value for the brain. In the water, your body is supported. Your joints feel less pressure. Your heart beats more steadily. And every breath becomes more intentional. Neurological rehabilitation specialists in the US often emphasize activities that combine rhythmic movement with controlled breathing are among the most effective ways to increase oxygen flow to the brain in older adults. Swimming is a perfect example. How does breathing while swimming directly affect memory? Imagine the brain as a city. Oxygen is its electricity. When the power supply is stable, everything runs smoothly. When it flickers, the city doesn't collapse, but everything becomes slower, weaker, dimmer. So what does proper breathing during swimming do? When you inhale deeply, your lungs fully expand. More oxygen enters the bloodstream. When you exhale slowly underwater, your body relaxes, your heart rate stabilizes. Blood circulation becomes smoother. That oxygen-rich blood travels to the brain, nourishing neurons, especially those involved in memory and concentration. Many adults over 60 share that after several months of regular swimming. Their minds feel clearer. They experience fewer little forgetful moments. They sleep more deeply at night. What's important to note is this. They don't swim faster. They simply breathe better. Safe and effective breathing techniques for swimmers over 60. I want to say this slowly and clearly. You don't need to be a strong swimmer. You don't need to swim far. You only need to breathe correctly. Imagine you're taking a walk underwater, not training, not exercising. When your face comes out of the water, inhale gently. No rushing, no forcing, just enough to feel your chest open. Then, when your face goes back into the water, exhale slowly, long, soft, like a sigh of relief. Respiratory doctors often recommend a simple ratio. Exhale twice as long as you inhale. This helps. Prevent oxygen deprivation. Keep the heart rhythm stable. Reduce panic or anxiety in the water. And most importantly, the brain receives oxygen evenly, without shock or sudden drops. Common breathing mistakes older adults make while swimming. I've met many people over 60, and they often share one thing in common. They try too hard. They're afraid of being weak, afraid of being slow, afraid of not being who they used to be. So they hold their breath, breathe too fast, swim too quickly to prove themselves. But swimming after 60 isn't a competition. It's a conversation between you and your body. When you push yourself, the brain doesn't benefit. When you relax, the brain is nourished. The ideal swimming routine for brain health and memory. You don't need to swim every day. You don't need to stay in the water for long. 2 to 3 sessions a week are enough. Each session about 20 to 30 minutes. What matters isn't the duration, it's the quality of your breathing in each minute. Someone once told me, I didn't feel stronger right away, but I felt calmer. And that calmness is a sign that the brain is being cared for. Final reflection. Preserving memory isn't about clinging to the past. It's about giving the brain enough oxygen to live fully in the present. After 60, we don't need to live faster. We need to live deeper. Each breath you take while swimming isn't just respiration. It's a reminder that you are still caring for yourself. Not to become young again, but to remain clear-minded, aware, and at peace each day. If this video resonated with you, please subscribe to Vital Health Hub. Here, we don't chase youth. We learn how to live healthy, live bright, and live with depth at any age.